This club's not just for some. All friends, one family, together we are one.
Good afternoon.
And we're back. Another episode of FHTV Weekly again.
So far weekly, yeah.
Yeah. Tell you, there was home weekend we had there. Tell you what, boys.
I thought we were going to rehash the same joke from the start of every episode. I was like, oh, we're still going.
Oh, well, we're doing that too.
We'll do that, yeah.
See, the problem is people like it. the problem, yeah. Is
We'll do that
have to
every
keep- we have to keep going now. Maybe subliminal messaging. We're back again.
Yeah. We had a good week.
Yeah.
All round,
very good.
because it wasn't just the Dundalk game. Partly the draw is going spectacularly well so far.
The draw. We have a new kit which we alluded to in the last episode and said it'd be coming in a few days. It actually came that day. So
That day,
you saw it before the last episode, but sure, look, happens. Happens to the best of us. Harps. Where do you want to?
We won again.
we did. Yeah, here, lads, we're top of the league. Actually, hold on a second.
Did you get your passport renewed yet?
Oh, they're not renewing at the minute, but I got on to a lad that can get me on a boat. So I'll get there one way or another. But yeah, so we're top of the league.
What happens if we're playing a landlocked country? How are you gonna get there?
It's great. You can get a boat
Still
like
get a boat, you
France,
get
and then
down the
sure
river,
you're
like, get
halfway there. Yeah,
Right.
Still get a barge down a river,
yeah. A stowaway and a fishing vessel. Don't worry about that, Ben.
We'll get
but
there.
anyway, yeah, we're winning. We're good on the league. We're top. As everyone kind of knew was going to happen after those first two games.
Obviously.
37% possession. Just really grinding out these wins. Adam Foley on fire. Life's good.
Life's good. Football's good. We love football. I love football again after hating it there for several months where I was only watching it on TV.
Yeah, no, it's been great to be able to go. Like our first win at Oriel since like 2006. Our first goal against them there, and I don't know how long.
Yeah, 2006. Ethan.
Yeah, 2006.
Tell you what. well, you know what? It's good we got two, so make up for it. Yeah, no, it's another fantastic performance. Another great battle. We got to the point we had to shut up shop and put the shutters down, and Dundalk really couldn't break us down. It was great to see. We've got highlights for people that are watching. If we want to do that and then talk about it after.
Yeah, well, do you want to give a rundown of what's coming up here first?
Oh yeah, okay, you do that there.
I thought you usually do that, yeah.
Yeah, all right,
I usually trip over myself when I'm doing
I know, that's what we're all waiting for.
I wrote it down this week.
Oh, there you
Although
go.
I did write it down last week as well, and I still
Here
couldn't
we
read
go.
it out properly.
Yeah.
Nigel,
Drum
master
rolls.
of ceremonies, on you go.
Drum rolls, please. Yep.
Right, take a deep breath. So we have a review of the Dundalk game. We have extended highlights. That's good.
Yep.
We caught up, myself and Ben caught up with Tunde Owolabi, and we had a bit of crack with him in Finn Park the last day. And we got some sneak preview photos of the jersey on him as well. Although it's not a sneak preview anymore, really.
Not a sneak preview anymore, yeah. Just, for people to see what it's like.
It's a close-up.
We got
it is a close-up, yeah. It's a lovely shirt.
It's more like bringing it to life, like photos are photos, and you're actually seeing it like move in the wind. Yeah.
That's what I was aiming for. There you go. You've captured the artist, the motive behind it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What do we have? We have Classic Harps again. Bartley's back. Bartley spoke to, I suppose he's a hero of Northwest football, not just Harps. Like he's a bit of a Derry legend as well. We won't go into that, but John Quigg spoke to Bartley. It's a very, very good interview. We have an extract of that. We're going to look ahead to Drogheda. And as you said, we have the purple jersey. Myself and Ben got Tunde to throw on the jersey and got some photos and videos with him. We probably weren't supposed to do it, but sure, look, we done it anyway.
Yeah, look.
That's it. Had to take him outside in the rain.
Yeah, and
didn't complain, to be fair to him.
And the draw, we can talk about that at the end, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have another advert for the draw as well. So a new one, so we don't have to keep rehashing the same one.
That's it.
Nice.
So
Video effect.
Dundalk.
Yeah.
Let's look at Dundalk.
What was your final tally when you bowed out? Can you remember?
Oh, I have
The
no
thousands,
idea.
was it?
It wasn't thousands, but it was a nice few anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Cleary with the head away. Might fall for the snapshots just over the bar. You can see what the intention was there from Seymour, but just couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, good strike. Tried to test the goalkeeper early. Obviously went over the bar.
Reports of, I know he's only in the club a few days or so, but he seems to be, fitness level's quite sharp. He's still working on it, but could be a good signing as well. A South Korean underage international as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've played a couple of South Korean and Japanese teams in pre-season before, and the fitness levels of them were very impressive both times we played them. So I'm sure fitness won't be a problem.
Yeah, and hopefully we get to see him, as I say, some stages the match wears on, but still no goals to report from Oriel Park. The goal kick has gone long, and this one is going to be no different. Nice little flick on there from Foley. Finn Harps appealing for something that Mark Russell lost his feet, but play continues. Boyle back to a BB under a little bit of pressure. That's a heavy touch. Oh, it's going to be a disaster for Dundalk and a BB. And Adam Foley has stolen the first goal here at Oriel Park. A BB way too casual.
Yeah, he's got punished there. Like you say, it was too casual and heavy touch, and really bounced out. He couldn't do anything but finish, really.
Well, we were singing his praises after the couple of saves he made against Sligo, the Showgrounds, in the second half, Gary, but I mean, that was just way too casual, and there's hands on hips from Dundalk players there looking at the ground. Chris Shields trying to nick it off his toe, a little bit awkward. Came back to the feet of Seymour, making his first full debut, and that is a free to Dundalk.
Be interested to see if O'Kane takes this. He's got really good delivery, and like I said, he can deliver with his right and left foot. With his left, looks like his left elite to take it quickly.
So chance for Dundalk now. Early free kick to deliver into the box. Beautiful ball in towards Hooban. That's a brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant by Patrick Hooban. Off angle here, but he might just try and whip this in with plenty of pace. It's exactly what he's done. The keeper had to be awake to it. Was there pushing the back of Coyle there? No. Perez couldn't hold on to it. Chance for Finn Harps to break here. That's too far ahead of Foley. Here's Shields. Space in this near side for Dummigan. We mentioned gave that brilliant pass for Duffy. Can he pick out another white jersey in a better position? Duffy just dropping short for him. Back it goes to Dummigan. Oh, he said it'll interchange 1-2. That's brilliant. Dummigan again. Little dig for the corner. That's beautiful. Oh, what a header. What a save. What a save that was by McGinley.
That was a brilliant save. Great build up.
Oh.
Dummigan again. Brilliant ball. Brilliant touch. Good ball into Pat Hoban. Magnificent save by Mark McGinley. He's been terrific for them.
Chance for
over the last
O'Sullivan,
number of years.
still for Finn Harps. Very Gary to cut across. He's going to make space for the shot here. Finn Harps from defence to attack in a space of 30 seconds. Here's Coyle. Back into the midfield it goes. Seymour spreads it to this left hand side. McNamee, he's under a little bit of pressure. That's not a bad ball. It has to be dealt with. Still in play. And McNamee's going to get there first. Under pressure now. Perez, back heel, straight to McNamee. Still Finn Harps have it. And they've got enough numbers forward now to try and have an attack on goal. That's not a bad cross and taken by a BB, but that was a frantic 60 seconds. And O'Sullivan down this left-hand side. Here is Foley, the goal scorer. Back to O'Sullivan, one-on-one here. Needs to be contained. He's a big fella. Can move as well. Seymour. Right it goes. Here's Boyle. Just struggling with it initially, but then trying to get round O'Kane. Tackle goes in that first side from Leahy. Can he keep that in play? He's done well. Back to Cleary. That's a really good play by Dundalk. And keeping possession. Perez. Lovely stuff. Sloggett on the ground now. Into the midfield it goes. Hooban. Dispossessed by Coyle. Sullivan's under pressure now. Lovely little turn there. Feet by Mark Russell, in fact it was. Turned away from trouble. And a chance here for Finn Harps now. Have they got enough numbers forward? Maybe the shot coming in the near post. That wasn't a million miles away, Gary Rogers.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Good play by Sullivan in the lead up, and a great shot just off the side netting there.
Just a reminder for Dundalk, Finn Harps well capable of adding a second goal if they switch off.
All started from Coyle winning the ball back in the midfield and setting them away.
Short it comes to Duffy. Little bit of room here to move into. We know how much pace he has. And that's a beautifully judged pass as well. Dummigan trying to send one in. just about cleared. Duffy again had Coyle in front of him, and then Finn Harps trying to break now, a little bit more aggressive going forward than they have been. Carl O'Sullivan in the thick of things. That ball surely offside. No, he's onside. Foley, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Surely he must. Oh, it's 2-1. It's 2-1, and that man again, Foley, out of nothing. He's so cool.
That was a brilliant finish. I think you see Dan Cleary stepping up, trying to play the offside there. I think he probably realised he was in trouble, but it was a great ball out to Foley, and what a finish, dispatched with class.
What a finish it was. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he absolutely buried it. Third goal in a space of 2 games, and Finn Harps hit the front again. Dundalk will be scratching their heads just when they thought they were getting on top of this game and looked like they were taking control. Duffy on a bit of a run, but that was a poor pass, and again they're just trying to force it a little bit, Dundalk, and maybe the simpler ball and just keep the patience. So look at the skill as well from Foley, and tries to get the pass out to Sullivan on the right hand side. Chance here again. This one is forced wide, gets the shot on target. In fairness to Carl O'Sullivan, he did well.
Did well to get the shot off. Great bit of skill by Foley, and a very good ball to set him free. Another chance, a comfortable save there for a BB, really.
Back it goes. Dundalk, last chance here. In it goes, not a good throw from Clear, and away it goes into Rose Ed. It's going to be a Dundalk throw. They're taking it quickly, but from the wrong mark. Have they? No. Referee says play on Jung Woo with the cross. Sadiki gets it away as far as Chris Shields. The referee's back was turning play on though. Dundalk still fighting for an equaliser. Flick over the back. Shields frustrated. Jung Woo still there. Can he get it into the box? It's been blocked, and it's going to be a corner. It is nervous times for Finn Harps. Abibi's coming up.
If Dundalk score from this, Ollie Horgan is going to be furious about where that throw-in was taken.
It was taken about 8 metres from where the ball went out. Referee's back was taken. In comes the cross. Abibi's going to go up for it. Might break kindly for Boyle. Away it goes from Coyle. Hasn't cleared the danger yet. Shields to send it back in. Finn Harps desperate defending. Perez! Straight at the keeper. That should be that. Dramatic finish. Dundalk, you feel it's too little too late, Gary, and that should be that.
I think you blow this up now before he gets lambasted for that throw-in, because I think that could have been an awful decision, really.
There is the final whistle. It's 2 wins from 2 for Finn Harps. 6 points and a 100% return. They are top of the Electricity League Premier Division. Dundalk, well, they've been beaten here on their home patch, and a second performance in successive weeks. That is not what they would have expected.
What a win! Tell you what, I was nearly on the floor by the end of that. Just the stress between that throw-in they took from that you went out at the halfway
8 meters down where they were supposed
than that. It was down the corner flag. It was a joke. They had the phantom free kick for their goal.
Yep.
So I haven't watched it back now. If for some reason we hadn't come away with a win, you would have felt so robbed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you need it, Mark Coyle is cursing that. It's a
Mark,
reputation procedure, Mark, is it?
Yeah, Mark got his first booking. I think he'd asked me to apply to have that rescinded. I don't think I can, but I'll do my best for you, Mark. Fantastic again. Obviously Adam's in flying form. It's 3 goals to start the season. I think he's got maybe 4 in his 6 starts or something. You're going back to last year as well. It's serious.
4 in his last 3 league games now, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a serious form to be taken into the season. It's class. And apart from
top 2 players,
it's something you always shout and roar, whether it's at a TV or whether you're in the stadium and the goalkeeper gets the ball. You're like, close him down, just get on top of him. And Adam is testament to that. Obviously he said it himself in an interview. He watched the keeper and he saw they did a couple of heavy touches, so he took a gamble on it. And obviously the keeper had the touch of a baby elephant, and it bounced off him, and Adam put it in. It was, but apart from that, the second goal was class.
Yeah,
it was really, really good.
Yeah, the whole move from between Coyle and Seymour, I think both maybe won the ball back. There was a kind of a bit of a sandwich in their pincer movement.
Yeah, but the through ball from Russell was
that was
very good,
outrageous, and he actually played fantastic that game. He playing kind of as a number 10 almost. He ran his kind of legs off, was pressing the whole game a few times. His little kind of turns away from Chris Shields were fantastic. He kind of got a lot of space. but that ball through, like, it couldn't have been set up any better for Adam.
Foley's positioning there for that goal was excellent. I mean, he was just, if you look at it, he's just staying onside, just to, very, very close, and just to find himself some space in there was really, really good. So
a great finish as well, obviously.
Yeah,
I had to love
brilliant,
the Dundalk players were all outraged. They thought it was offside.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed then Ollie pointed out to Greg Sloggett that
It wasn't.
that it was never a free kick that they got their goal
Yeah.
from. So
The random shout out of the stand by one of the Dundalk subs was ref, he was 3 yards or 4 yards offside, and then Ollie just shouts down the sideline, but you shouldn't have got a free kick for your goal.
And he's not wrong.
Yeah. No, we watched it back. If you watch that back in the highlights, I mean, it's right there. It's
Oh, it's clear as day. Yeah.
very clear. Yeah.
But I think
Cleary
everyone
stepped up too quick. That was the difference.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
played fantastic. Webby at his new position at left back, I guess. Junior got no change out of him. Junior, who was a big thorn on our side, even against Sligo last year. He was kind of terribly picked up, made us pick up a few yellow cards. So that was great. Coyle and Seymour in the middle were fantastic. Ethan Boyle, very good again. He's been back 2 games now. It's great to have him back. Mark McGinley, like, to a man, you can go like through the whole team. It was just
McGinley
a
made
great performance.
two big saves there.
Oh, but there was one.
That was one unbelievable
outrageous
save. Yeah.
The one, it was just before we scored.
Yeah.
The second goal, and Hooban, it's a great ball in from Donegal on
Yeah,
the right
it is,
into
yeah.
Hooban. Like, it's a fantastic ball. It would have been a great goal,
Mhm.
but I don't know how Mark just sticks a hand out and saves that.
Yeah, he was going the wrong way as well. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
throwing the
Really,
hand
really
out.
good.
It was class.
Yeah.
Proper reactions. Like,
Outrageous save. But yeah, to a man, 1 to 11 and the subs. Shanley came on and pressed well whenever he came into the game. Who else came on?
Stephen Follen came on as well.
Stephen
in the
Follen.
very
Yeah,
third
we only made the
game.
2 subs. Yeah, Follen, obviously, to have someone like Stevie coming off the bench to, shore up the defence and kind of give you that
That's it.
extra. Like,
Serious bit of experience in there,
That's
as
it.
well as a serious bit of class in there, and
Yeah.
he knows that pitch well as well, which is an added bonus.
definitely.
So that was good. But as I said, we have them highlights up there. We'll put them up on YouTube as well for a standalone view for people some of these days coming up. You obviously have to watch them here first. So
Yeah.
tough to do.
That's it.
So yes, as I said, myself and Ben caught up with our new signing, Tunde Owolabi, in Finn Park the other day. I have to say, 2 of us, we went away very impressed with how the lad carries himself more than anything.
Lovely lad.
Great lad.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll be kind of knocking on the door now in the next week or 2. As I understand, he took a bit of a knock just before the Bowls game, so he should be back in there now in the next game or 2. So we chatted with him. We had a bit of a quick fire round with him, and there's a full interview with Tunde that we'll throw out in the next few days again as well. But just as a bit of crack, we said we'd have a quick fire round of what he enjoyed. So let's take it away.
You ready? Okay. Your nickname?
A nickname. A nickname.
Yeah. Any nickname from family, maybe, or football?
A lot of people call me T.
There you go. Yeah.
T.
Good enough. Yeah. Okay. Team you support?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Favorite food?
Favorite food. Pizza.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
TV show. Oh. I would say All American.
Very good. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. Oh. Favorite movie. I love the Mission Impossible series.
Favorite pizza topping? What do you do on your pizza?
I just have a margarita.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Good. Footballing hero growing up?
Footballing hero growing up. Probably my father.
Well, my next question is biggest influence. So that would be
my dad, yes.
Okay. Best player you played with?
A best player I played with. This is a tough one.
List your top 3.
My top 3.
Top 3. Best players you played with?
Best players I've played with. I would say Justin Johnson, Regan Linney, probably Frank Van Gils.
Okay. Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
What would be your last meal?
My last meal?
Last meal.
Oh, probably a lasagna.
Very good. Yeah, simple. If you could be a professional at any other sport, what would it be?
Probably tennis.
The most used app on your phone?
Twitter.
What do you miss most about the UK?
I don't know. Probably just, obviously with the restrictions and the lockdown, probably just going out, having fun with your friends, cinema, food. I think the pandemic has really, really taken a toll on everyone. So, yeah.
If you weren't a footballer, what would you be?
If I wasn't a footballer, what would I be? Probably having my own business. Because I studied business management at university.
Very good.
So, yeah, probably that.
Tunde, great fella.
Lovely fella.
I felt bad for some of the quickfire questions because you asked me now what my favorite film is, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually with a kind of pressure or a tough question to ask on the hop.
Yeah, I was surprised about the first question because the first question was probably the one he took the most, and it's just your nickname, and like everyone kind of have a nickname, even if you know, if you know or you don't.
Does he have one that he doesn't want us to know? That
that's
might
it.
be
Maybe
like,
that's it. Maybe it was just kind of internal
mean-
discussions of
mean
should I tell
nicknames
them, should I
or-
not?
Yeah, like they take the piss out of someone, so maybe he doesn't want us to know his nickname.
Yeah,
Or,
maybe.
yeah.
Well, he left us with T, so there's that.
Yep.
We'll go with that. But yeah, as Nigel said, I mean, kind of he carried himself really professionally, really really nice. Just didn't complain about anything. Right, go this, do that, or anything we said to him, he's kind of very happy to do. Was really honest, really nice. So
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we had a good half an hour with him there, and there was no complaints or anything.
Yeah.
Even when we made him stand out in the rain wearing the purple jersey.
Exactly.
He was just like, yeah, what do you need to do? Like, you can see,
And then it started
we'll
raining.
We'll roll some of the video here now as well while we're looking at it. There's like these purple jerseys are class.
they are class. Yeah.
And he wears it well.
Yeah,
Fair
definitely.
play to the lad. He wears it well.
Yeah, I mean, look, even the patience, as people can see from between this, various interviews, the car draw video, you kind of had him out there doing everything and anything,
Yeah.
It was the Tunde variety show, really.
That's it.
Yeah, Ben
We had
even
him
said
for like
to
an
him halfway
hour all
through.
in all. Yeah.
Ben said to him halfway through, it's like, that's, or was it, we finished the interview, he goes, that's part 1 done. He goes, part 1?
Yeah. How many?
Like,
Three or four,
we are
depending.
taking full advantage of it
Exactly.
today.
But again, every time we said something like that, I said, it's fine. I wouldn't, better doing something. I'd just be doing nothing or.
Yeah, I'd just be playing the PlayStation. Otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, really nice of him. So there's that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to obviously see him kind of get his chance
Yeah.
in the field, but obviously tough couple of games. He kind of picked up that knock, like you said, Nigel.
Yeah.
So his time will come to, he's got maybe even help him get a taste for League of Ireland football without having to be in the thick of it. He can he's watching from the sidelines. He's kind of seeing the intensity of these games and what it takes to kind of grind out wins against the likes of Bohs and Dundalk.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
Look, the thing is, we have a tough schedule coming up now. Through April into May. What is there?
We have 6 games in April.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
look,
bit mad
he's more than likely going to get his chance there anyway.
Yeah.
Because you can't expect.
No, we'll
Adam
need
Foley
to
play
cycle
90
at some
minutes
point.
every
Yeah,
game, or
exactly.
Ryan
Oh,
Stanley,
he's
that's-
pretty old as it is. So
we'll ignore that.
Yeah, we'll see if he's watching that.
yeah.
So no, that was Tunde, and as I said, we'll throw a bit more with Tunde up onto YouTube and stuff during the week and onto the socials. So he's a good lad, and you'll quickly get to know him with some of the questions Ben threw at him, because I know there was 2 or 3 questions Ben put to him, and he was like, "How'd you know that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben.
I do thorough research to
Ben
a point of yeah.
moonlights as a private detective, I think.
That's it. Yeah. No, but again, it's kind of things that I'm just doing the interview with him now and looking at it, and had found YouTube footage of his dad, and if you look at them kind of in comparison, they're very alike. It's just really nice to see kind of that he came from that kind of footballer, and he kind of took a lot from him, when he grew up and all that. So I try to do my research before talking to players as much as I can.
Yeah, better than I do anyway.
Same as myself. Especially last season, there was that run of form we went on when we came back from the break. I remember being down in Sligo and interviewing Sam Todd and Ryan Conley outside the ground after that game in Sligo where we were beat. And I didn't want to ask questions, and they didn't want to answer them, and it was just a case of bad result. Yeah.
Yeah, look, players are people too, and obviously after a rough game like that, they're as caught up as we are, if not more. That's the thing. They all really buy into it. But speaking of research and talking to players, Bartley's back talking to players and researching.
Yeah, this was class as well. I've watched the full 36 minutes or whatever it is now.
I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be going up on YouTube as well, the same as the last one that he done is already up on YouTube, so we'll go back and check that out. He talked to John Quigg this time, and there's some cracking stories. You'll laugh the whole way through it, as well as learn some pretty interesting stuff about Quigg and his career. So we cut this down to about just under 6 minutes, and I had an awful lot of bother cutting this down because it's class. And as I said, there's some great stuff left out of it, and I apologize wholeheartedly to Bartley, who is going to be cursing me the whole way through this. But this is what we got out of it.
Okay, I'm joined this evening by John Quigg. Joined Finn Harps for the first time in 1988. Had 2 spells at Harps, one not so successful, and the second one was much more successful when he played in the promotion-winning team of 1996. John made in total, and I have to take my glasses off to do this, 148 appearances for the club, scoring 11 goals.
I've played over 100 games, the same for the area as I've done for Harps. So I've had a decent innings with both teams. But regrets? What's regrets? At the end of the day, hey, you get on with it. You get on with it, don't you? It's not life or death, is it?
Not at all. That's it, exactly. You signed for Chris Rutherford, and we had a fairly decent side that year, and we had a good tilt of promotion, but kind of like as all Harps sides around that time, we seemed to fall away at the end of that season. Yeah.
Chris Rutherford was first class for me. I got on really well with Chris. Lovely man, lovely fella. And the thing was, we had a good side, but so had Bray. Bray had a fantastic side. I think Bray actually got to maybe a cup final and maybe a couple of semi-finals, and obviously they won the first division that year, or them couple of, up and down a couple of years. Yeah. Bray were fantastic. And you had ourselves, and then you had obviously UCD, Home Farm, and things like that, But we never just managed to get there. We were always third, fourth, fifth, that kind of way. But we never. But with some fantastic players at Finn Harps at that time, sir. And the bargain, I work for a road service here in Derry, and we were up doing the round the Derry walls there, doing their gullies, and Brendan Bradley walked past me. So I was chatting to Brendan about Finn Harps as well, and the love that man has for Finn Harps is incredible. And possibly, not possibly, the best goal scorer of all time in League Ireland.
Oh, I don't think his record will ever be beaten, and that's the
Never
honest
be
truth.
broken. Never be broken.
Um,
I remember going. I remember going and watching with my father. The Fun Park, especially Fun Park, and hey, there were great times going up and watch Glasgow Celtic and teams like that. They were fantastic times. Fantastic times.
Excellent. So, in a sense, you were favourable towards Harps anyway before you ever signed.
Well, Jim asked me where I wanted to go, and there was one. I wanted to go to Finn Harps. You know, he said to me, "What about Korea? What about this?" And I says, "No, I want to go to Finn Harps." So I was there, and when I went there, I actually loved the place. I loved the people, and I loved the players, and as I said to you, the craic and the thing was second to none. And I really enjoyed my football there, you know. But again, the craic coming back in the buses from games was second to none. Like, you know what I mean? Was fantastic. Especially if you got a result in the country. Whoever was a manager, let you have a few cans or tins on the way back, and the craic on the way back was phenomenal. Like,
well, any bus with a few.
No, that's insanity. Mickey McGlynn says, "Quigg." He used to shout up a bus, "Quigg, have you had CD there?" I had an old CD of Shabim or something. No, live and Craigan. Hey, and they used to stick that on, and I'm not joking. I must have played about 20 times before we got the ball buffet. Craic was good.
Just getting back to your own career, John, what would have been your most memorable match in a Harps shirt?
We lost against Shamrock Rovers in the quarter-final of the Cup, or I think we were beat 4-3 by a really good Rovers team. And see, to be honest, that day I thought we were outstanding. I think it was in the RDS.
It was in the RDS, John, you're spot on.
And we were beat 4-3. And that day I thought we could have played against anybody. Me personally, I think 13, taking kids at 12 years of age, all over the country, they represent Harps or Derry or Sligo or whoever, is a wee bit too much. The thing is, at 12 years of age, if you go up to Dublin and you play Bows and one of the kids get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, so it's 5 minutes. He's trained all week, he's gone up there, he's got 5 minutes. He's got on the bus and he's travelled back, and he's probably saying to himself, "What the God am I doing this for? I need to be playing football."
It all goes back to what we were saying at the start. You wanted to
100%.
play football.
You have to play, no matter what standard you play at. You have to be playing games, and I honestly think the FAI should make it a 21, because at 19, you're going to miss 2 or 3 players. Somebody goes through the net at 19 and he goes, "I can't play 19s anymore. What am I going to do? Where am I going to play? I'll play in the D&D, or I'll play in the Ulster Senior League or whatever." But they're missing that maybe bridge between 19 and 21, where we had at that time we had an A championship where you could have played 5 senior players, and I think that's a big miss on the FAI part.
Yes, John Quigg. That he is a character. That's the minimum you can say about him. So some of his stories there about the bus and Mickey McGlynn is just
class.
And playing a CD 22 times over, or I assume it was a tape.
Yeah, probably. You wouldn't know.
I don't know,
probably a tape. Yeah, probably
very early 90s.
I can't imagine Harps were getting the decked out, high tech Pimp My Ride buses down the games either.
See, it wasn't even just that CDs didn't exist; it was the buses. I would imagine that they traveled on a swilly bus.
Yeah, but even there's a bit of kind of even like the whole stage wisdom, like when Bartley asks him about regrets, and he's like, sure, but that's football, and but that's a great kind of even just wee nugget of advice for people as well, because with so much kind of going on and players making decisions between going to clubs or maybe missing chances, or plenty of players never win cups or leagues or what have you, and it's kind of important not to dwell on them too much.
Yeah. Well, like the fact that he went into as well about how the Harps side he played in was class as well, like that early 90s side. Loads of people talk about how good that Harps side was, but couldn't get over the line for ages, getting out of the first division. And you know, you had some cracking players back then, even the likes of, you know, our assistant manager now, Paul Higgerty, was part of that side along with Quigg. And you know, people chat about Higgerty being like probably one of the toughest tackling midfielders that came ever through Harps. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Can't imagine that.
couldn't imagine it.
No, no, but Paul Switch was a nice gentleman.
That's it. You don't get the vibe off him, do you?
Yeah.
But you know, even for a man who, you know, is revered around Derry, grew up around Derry, but you know, he grew up supporting Harps effectively. That his father and that was Harps fans. You know, the mention he mentioned along with Barkley in the interview as well was that you know, when he moved to Harps, you know, the happiest person about this move was his dad.
Yeah.
You know?
But even he mentioned as well, he with a lot of kind of fond memories from his time at the club, and even like the big thing he said was that the people he was with, putting like the crack on the buses, but also the fans and the people involved with the club, and that's something that I guess has kind of been reiterated throughout the years too. Even, you know, players that come from all over, not even as local as John, and play with the club, they'll always kind of say, "Oh, you know, people behind the scenes are great.
Yeah.
You know, the fans loved you know, the crack every minute of it, that kind of thing." So it's great to see that it's, you know, kind of always been the case nearly, but it's great that he still remembers that despite being a Derry legend. He still has fond memories from his time with us as well.
Yeah. But even on that as well, where he, you know, he says that he's working on the walls in Derry, and who walks past him? Brendan Bradley. And
Stop.
they just launch into a conversation about Harps, and then, you know, a man as well who's, you know, obviously a Harps legend, but Derry born and bred, Brendan Bradley, who just, and the love that he has for the club, according to Quigg and all, it's just it's class to hear those sort of things. Like, you know, it's just those wee nuggets that make those interviews as well. Like,
Yeah, isn't it a shame that there's not, you know, they didn't have the kind of the video capabilities back then? Because, you know, Brendan Bradley's legend, you know, goal scoring record that, like Bartley said, doing well to ever be beaten in the league. You know, we don't have more kind of footage. You know, the footage we have is quite limited. It'd be fantastic to have more of those kind of archive just to show, so maybe the younger generation can see. Obviously, they can see the stats, but just to get a look at
some of the goals,
the level and the quality, you know.
Yeah, but this is it. Like, people chatted about the likes of, you know, Brendan Bradley, and said, you know, he could be awful for 85 minutes in a game, but then just produce like 2 or 3 moments of magic in the last 5 minutes to win you a game. He was that kind of player that, you know, my own dad would say about it as well. Like, you know, that times that he could just go completely missing in a game, but then just out of nowhere scores this ridiculous goal, and you're like, yeah, well, that's just Bradley for you, isn't it? Like, I think we kind of had that to a much lesser extent with the likes of Paddy McGranahan, who was just like, you know, it was the most frustrating player in the world, but had all the talent at his feet. That, you know, the recurring joke is that, you know, he had to beat 3 defenders and then realized, I'll go back and beat them again. So he turned and went back and decided to beat them again. And turned and go back and decided to beat them again. Like, and he was probably dizzy by the time he was ending up crossing the ball. Like,
yeah, but no, you're right though, because Paddy'd be, you know, having maybe a quiet game, and then in a flash, he'd be around 2 men and, you know, putting a ball in or in the box, and you'd be like, wait, what? You know, you could never take your eyes off him, that kind of way. Yeah, but no, it's great. These are fantastic from Bartley. You know, I'm looking forward to every single one. You know, I can't wait to hear more. It's another, like I said, we said the last one, great resource for people as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll have another one of those next week again. Thanks to Bartley for providing this content for us, and the full interview with John Quigg is going to go up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So, Drogheda.
But there's a funny one because they've only just come up, but we've had a few titanic battles at Drogheda. You know, a few playoff games that really went down to the wire. Obviously, no more so than the 2019 one. But they've come up, they've signed well. They, you know, obviously won the opening day. Probably feel unlucky the way they lost to Pats. I think maybe Pats would have been the better team in the game, but Drogheda could easily come out of there with a point. And they'll be fancying us down there in head in the game park.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I watched that game, Drogheda and Pats. Well, I was kind of flicking between that and with the Longford and Bows games as well. Like, but like Drogheda, they they didn't look like a side that just come out of the first division against a side, in that Pat side that features 5 or 6 players that were part of that dominant Dundalk side. Pats have an 11 there that could challenge this year if they wanted to. So for Drogheda to put it right up to them and not look a bit out of place, it shows that they're not there to make up numbers by any stretch. Like, it's funny. When we were in Finn Park, I was chatting to Dougie McNulty, the kit man, and I kind of said to him, I had more fear of Drogheda than I had of Dundalk and Bows, because Dundalk and Bows, they were effectively a free hit. They were just, any points were bonus out of them.
Yeah,
you had to look at, this Drogheda and Waterford game as, you need to try and take points out of them.
Yeah.
It's as Steve Staunton would call it, is the banana skin.
Yeah, and look, maybe there could be a case that people haven't properly prepared for us so far this season, and they'll be catching no one by surprise now after the last couple of weeks. But obviously, Ollie and Paul have the lads well drilled. We have a very strong squad. It should be a good game.
Yeah, well, look, we have probably the 2 best coaches in the league in terms of preparation for matches, in Ollie and Higgsy. The level of analysis they go into in opposition teams. Obviously we don't see what they go into, but from the tidbits you hear from the players, after an interview of, we prepared specifically for this scenario or that scenario.
Yeah, we had a game plan and it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the in-depth knowledge that especially Ollie has of every single player that has ever played football for the last 50 years in any part of the world.
Yeah. It's mad stuff, and if you look at kind of scouting and the recruitment department at each club, I mean, a lot of clubs would have scouts and recruitment type of departments if it's for analysis or anything like that. Ollie just does all of it. He's his own Y Scout or Instats or whatever. You need a striker. Ollie knows him. So no such thing.
Machine, just
exactly, no such thing as recruitment for us. Like he just gets all of it done by himself between him and Paul Haggerty. So it's a big one to have. He knows how people are gonna play. He knows how to set up our players in response. I mean, it's the knowledge behind it and the meticulous kind of details behind it is just unbelievable. I mean, people won't see it, but it's there, and it's down to the detail, to the fine details.
Yeah. Well, look, we're 2 from 2 in the league now, but I'd probably bite your hand off for a point away to Drogheda now.
Yeah, not even. I know Ollie spoke and said that during the week to the Mirror, and people are maybe kind of laughing about it. Oh, you've won your first 2 games, and now you just want to draw Drogheda, and yeah, I mean, there's no easy games in this league. There's. And Ollie was telling the players that too. There's not just because you beat Dundalk one week doesn't mean you're going to go and walk over a team that's necessarily or supposedly worse. Yeah. Or not as good. There's no easy games, and you have to be at your level, your best every game, or you're going to get caught.
Yeah, and it's kind of, as you said as well, that Dundalk and Bows will have somewhat underestimated Harps. Yep. Bows wouldn't have expected us to set up to attack them and to close them down quickly, and then Dundalk would have said, yeah, well, they've done it against Bows, but they're away to Dundalk. Ollie traditionally goes this and that and whatever. They're probably going to go 5 at the back and sit back, but they wouldn't have expected the high press again. But like Drogheda now will have said, look, this is how they played their first 2 games against 2 of the teams that are going for the league. They're not going to change that now and sit 5 at the back against Drogheda. They'll set up a bit differently accordingly.
Or so you think.
Or maybe not, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'd probably take a draw, but another game we can win, but it's just great to be back. Yeah, maybe before we wrap up, the car draw.
Car draw.
Oh, yes.
Got a new video with the car draw.
Yeah, the big day.
Car.
Big day now on Sunday.
Only a couple of days now to get your tickets in. So.
Yeah, tickets have been going quite well now this week, but obviously one last big push would be great because, like you were there last week, Nigel, on the new proposed training ground. Yeah. If we can kind of get that up and running, that'll be massive.
Yeah.
And not even just for us, for the academy and for football in Donegal. You
For the
know,
future,
that's-
definitely.
Like, you know, if you buy a draw ticket, we're going to win some international games next window.
In terms of tickets, the last time to buy them, I believe, is Saturday at midnight.
Yes. But
Yeah,
that
that's the
that
cutoff.
doesn't mean that you go in at 11:59. Be like, right,
Exactly. Buy them beforehand.
Try and get them in beforehand. 'cause,
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll
it's a-
leave links below and all that kind of carry on.
Yeah, oh, it's a big task, especially for admin there to big
Yep.
shout for Maria, who's put in
Definitely.
Trojan work, getting the ticket and all together. She's writing out every ticket that's bought online. She has to physically write it out on a ticket again.
Yeah.
That's just my hands would be falling off. I haven't written much since I was in school, so signs is on that when I try to write down a running order for the show that I can barely read my writing back again.
Won't be a job for you, that. Probably not.
Yeah, no, Trojan work by Maria, and even for pushing and pestering and annoying and frying the head of everyone to get tickets. If you can sell them, take a stack, but it had to be done, and hopefully now it'll all shake out. It'll gone really well for the club, and it'll be kind of in no small part down to, I suppose, the two of them in particular.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously Claire for all her design work.
Oh yeah, Claire. Oh, Claire does everything.
It's just a given.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Well, the draw will be streamed live, I believe.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, well, the draw stream live.
Might want to say that if anyone wants to watch that.
I think it's at 8 o'clock at Highland Motors. We'll probably have more details on the socials near the time with specifics. But you two will be
there
taking care of that.
doing things, and hopefully the internet holds up in Highland Motors.
Yeah, if anyone's good at the video, maybe leave a comment below. Or if you have portable high-speed internet, if you want to plug a fiber cable into Nigel's camera, I'll not say no.
Yeah, we'll get
there. Sure, it'd be grand.
It'll be grand.
Yeah,
but yeah, big draw and kind of a finish to a very big project that we pushed for a while now. And as you said, Ivan, Maria, Claire, a lot of people who have been basically just doing the draw for the last few months, and it's been wrecking everyone's brain, including them, I'm sure. So it's good to see.
And I'd say we have been no help to them, Ben. But
well, like a lot of help, but also no help.
No help at times. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? I'm busy. I'm busy. Please leave me alone.
No, but when you say that, and obviously we pointed out to Maria, Ivan, and Claire, but it's been a big team effort from everyone at the club. People selling tickets, people helping design, people helping to advertise, whether it's doing videos or social media posts or sharing to their friends, WhatsApp groups. If you're even if you have time now before Saturday, if you can push it to your WhatsApp phone book, your address book, anyone if one out of every 10 buys a ticket, that's an extra ticket sold. One last big push, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, big time. But on that as well, just kind of going back to the purple jersey when we're mentioning that, you got to give a shout to Adrian Ferry for his his I Donate that's going on at the minute. Adrian, Fez, he put up a post on Twitter saying basically every goal that Harps score this year, he's going to donate €2 to Donegal Down Syndrome, and it just
it took off.
It took off, and people were just like, "Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that." I think he had over 100 people when he kind of stopped counting and just decided to put up an I Donate page, and it's that snowballed again because inside a day or something, it had like 700 quid raised for Donegal Down Syndrome.
Yeah.
So we'll throw a link to that as well.
Of course.
And anyone that wants to help donate a bit to Harps, I suppose, official charity partner this year.
And it's a great initiative, and it's a great organization and link up. I mean, it's brilliant from kind of both sides of it. That we can kind of do anything for them really. That's a big one, and the jersey looks absolutely brilliant as well. So there's that.
Yeah, so you can buy the jersey online now as well, and as I understand, the jersey sales are going pretty well. So all around it's been fantastic, and it just adds to the buzz around the club at the minute, which is class.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
we'll leave it at that, I suppose.
I think we
we'll
pushed
leave it
enough
there.
things. Yeah,
Yeah. So give us your paycheck when you get it this month, and
exactly.
that'll do. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll buy you a
I'll
shirt.
I'll
We'll
leave
buy you a
that.
draw ticket. We'll buy you 500 club. Everything.
Yeah. What are
Yeah,
we
good
doing?
for the-
Are we going to do one of these buy me a beer things or something now?
Buy me- yeah.
Yeah, that'll be next.
I'll take a Kenniger just to support another sponsor here.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
don't lay it on thick.
Oh, he's looking for a tap. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a hat. I just take free beer. Thanks, Kenniger. You know.
Yeah.
If I could
All
get
right.
free beer.
Right.
Right. Cheers,
Right,
guys.
folks.
Till
Hopefully
next time.
back with 9 points, still top of the table, and if not, we'll probably still maybe be here next week. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
We'll
we
see.
might just cancel now. We'll be cancelled
Yeah.
when Harps lose.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Bye
Right,
bye.
until next week.
Cheers.